Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and it's time for us to look at the first Division Commander. This is the A+ Studio, the resin version of Marco the Phoenix. There he is. And of course it still has the Whitebeard symbol in the back because this is all part of the Whitebeard Pirates collection. Now it says A+ Studio in the bottom. It doesn't have an awful lot going on in the... Well, at the top is A+ Studio and the bottom doesn't have an awful lot going on. Now, in the previous video, I said that Ace was the 2nd Division Commander, and he is, but he did not take over from Thatch. Thatch was the 4th Division Commander, and no one replaced Thatch as 4th Division Commander. Ace took over the 2nd Division Commander, presumably from Odin, which is a huge time difference between the point where Ace joins and where Odin leaves, but that is apparently all the knowledge we know on the 2nd Division Commander. So, the 1st Division Commander, who has been with Whitebeard and the Whitebeard Pirates for over 30 years, and the person who takes over the role as leader of the Whitebeard Pirates after Marineford and gets into the payback war against Marshal D. Teach and Blackbeard for control over the nations that Whitebeard owned. This is, of course, Marco. And here we are. This is number 166. All of your A+ studios all come with this cool little card. It's one of the things that I quite enjoy. Being that I'm into collecting and also into cards, there's a very cool combination of the both of them. Here is our stand for Marco, which is quite a small stand this time. Of course, these are all second-hand, so some of them have a little bit of dust on them. Just need to be wiped off. This is my first time seeing these. I'm seeing these at the same time as you guys are. So let's take a look at our Marco Phoenix. Oh my goodness. He looks awesome. And similar to Ace, this is all just one solid figure. Generally with the A+ Studios, there is something that needs to be connected onto somewhere else, but not with Ace and not with Marco. And it looks like Marco, similar to the likes of Ace and our Sabo that we've seen, seemingly is the same scale as your regular WCF figures. So this is a really cool, interesting little figure. It's really nice to see the size difference, especially when we get into the larger figures, when we get into the likes of Little Lords Jr., who is going to be the largest member of the A+ Studios. But let's give him a comparison to a regular WCF figure. We're just going to bring over Lafitte from the Blackbeard Pirates, and you can see that they are almost 1-to-1 scale with one another. In fact, if anything, I would say that Marco is a little bit shorter. So, I really do love the way that they keep the size difference. Here we are, we'll just compare the 1st Division Commander and the 2nd Division Commander together. And that they are the children of Whitebeard. That is all that Edward Newgate was trying to do. He was trying to get himself a huge, gigantic family. And of course, Ace, we have the very cool flame base that we got from Sabo. But today, it's not about Ace, it is about Marco Phoenix. Now, I've always called him Marco Phoenix. I don't think Phoenix is actually his last name. I think it's actually comes from the Japanese translation of Marco the Phoenix. And I'm not sure we actually know what Marco's last name is. But there he is. And I really love these resin A+ Studios. They are such high quality. And the flame on Marco's hand is obviously the kind of blue flame, but it's got a greenish tint to it. And it's just a very cool addition, I suppose, to the figure that we have of Marco himself. So, there we are. Now that we've got a full rotation of him, let's just bring him a little bit closer to the camera. And we'll take a little bit of a look at some of his other imaging. Now, this is actually a really cool thing here. On the front of Marco's chest, you actually get to see, this is what the original design of the Blackbeard, or the Whitebeard, sorry, not Blackbeard, the Whitebeard tattoo was originally going to be. It's like a cross, and it's got Whitebeard's mustache across the front of it. But of course, we later changed that to the tattoo that we see on the back of Ace, which is the general design that is acknowledged for everyone as the actual Whitebeard tattoo. And of course, in Whitebeard's final moments, when you see his huge Admiral-esque jacket cape fall off him, he has the same tattoo on his back. And that is a very, very cool moment. If you have seen what happens at that part of Marineford, it mentions all the damage that Whitebeard took and that he doesn't have a single scratch on his back because he never turned his back to anyone. He always fought everything head on, and it's just a very, very cool moment. But there we are. So there is Marco, and he has amazing detailing. They really managed to capture the face sculpt perfectly. And of course you can tell that this is pre-time skip Marco, because his hair changes drastically. He looks more like a pineapple, and he wears glasses, and I'm not entirely sure, but I think that Marco might be the ship doctor. Now, Whitebeard has his own doctors. He's got female doctors that look after him because he was suffering from something in his advanced age. But I think that Marco, certainly later on in the series, is certainly considered a doctor. So whether he was appointed that or anyway, but he does seem to be the right-hand man of Whitebeard. So maybe he was considered more than just a ship's doctor. I am not entirely sure. But with that said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video, and I really hope you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.